what is happening on Minnesota Vikings Man 28, and today I'm going to be breaking down the Minnesota Vikings preseason schedule for 2019. So, most people really don't, really care about the preseason. I sort of care a little bit about the preseason. It is important, just because these players are competing for some, final spots, and may hopefully not get, you know, cut, because after the preseason, they cut the from 90 players down to 53 man roster. So I like to see, those lesser known players give it all they got in the preseason games. So yeah, but today I wanted to, talk about these preseason games, because they all have some storyline to it, especially this first week. So preseason week one, we don't know the date of this one yet, but it's going to be between August 8th and August 12th. We're going to be at the New Orleans Saints. So a lot of significance um, with this, with the storyline. Of course, this is the 100th NFL season. So going to New Orleans, um, a lot of our free agents, signed with the New Orleans Saints. Latavius Murray, Nick Easton, and Marcus Sherrills. Of course, we know Teddy Bridgewater's there, so we're going to see a lot of Teddy Bridgewater, again, facing off against our defense, which should be very exciting. Also, if we're talking about from a historical standpoint, we faced them in the 2009 NFC Championship game. I know it was played in 2010, but I usually think about it, when what season it was in. So a lot of significance from that. Should be a great game. And I know the Vikings do very well in the preseason. Mike Zimmer has a sounding record preseason, even though it really doesn't matter. But he really gets those young guys very motivated, to play their hearts on me, motivate them to get one of those last spots on the roster. So yeah, preseason week number 2, we are at home on August 18th. It's going to be on a live national television on Fox, 7 p.m. Central Time. Um, Last season we played the Seattle Seahawks in the preseason. That was a great game. Um, we got a touchdown to take the lead, on a fourth down, and then it ended with Seahawks getting a Hail Mary, but coming up a couple yards short in that preseason game. At home against the Seahawks, of course, the historical significance behind this is, of course, the wide left game, um, which will still haunt me. I don't know if we would have, made Super Bowl that year, but I think we could have maybe beat the Cardinals in the next round, and in the Panther game, if we would have moved on, facing off against the Panthers, that would have been up in air. But yeah. So very excited for our home game, uh, first home preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks. Should be a very good game as well. And week 3, we play the Arizona Cardinals at home. So the only big headline from this, you could say, is going to take place between August 22nd and 25th at home, is that Larry Fitzgerald is, from Minnesota, and is coming home. This could possibly be his last season. So, and I don't think we don't play them. Do we? No, we don't play them this season. So, this could be his last time playing in Minnesota. So yeah. And then preseason week number 4, we're at the Buffalo Bills, and historical significance from this is that both teams have gone 0-4 in their Super Bowls. So I see what you're doing here, NFL. A lot of historical significance from this. So and a lot of them, not good. Um, oh, oh, you know, but of course, Vikings don't really. History doesn't, um, go in favor of the Minnesota Vikings. So, but this year can be our year, and I think we'll make significant, significant movements in the right direction. At least make the playoffs this season. So yeah, that should be great. Um, ready. I'm already ready for football to start. Um, already. Of course, we need to get through the draft first, and once after the draft, it's gonna be really dead in terms of what's happening in the NFL. So yeah, yeah, so just gonna be counting down the days till preseason week number 1 after the NFL draft. So yeah, um, yeah. So that is what my thoughts on this preseason schedule. So this has been Minnesota Vikings Man 28, and as always, Skull.